Sarah bring and eat soup every day at work. That's because she loves to cook soup. Sarah make a lot of soup on Monday to take to work every day. Sarah said making the soup was very easy. The ingredients that need to be purchased are meat that's already chopped up. You can also use chicken, then rice. You can also use brown rice and vegetables. Seasoning can use salt and pepper, maybe with some garlic, soy sauce or lemon juice depending on the type of soup. How to make it? Show the ingredients that have been purchased, then put all the ingredients into the boiled water, then add a little seasoning at the same time. After cooking, Sarah usually eats the soup on the spot and also puts it in containers for a week. Before put the soup in the refrigerator, Sarah let in the containers outside the counter for a while to cool. Then is it why the heat soup if to use the microwave? Sometimes, if Sarah got tired of eating it for a week, she will only make for 3 or 4 meals. But if it was the kind of soup that Sarah found really good, she will make a lot and eat it every day. On Monday, Rani's friend invited Jennifer out on a date for this coming Saturday night. He asked Rani where is the downtown movie theater near the hospital. Rani gives a hint to that her friend don't get lost. First go down, first street going west across the river and keep straight until Pine Street. Then, turn left and the movie theater is the second building on the right next to the church. Rani also recommended the Pink Flamingo restaurant, which serves good Spanish food. The location of the Pink Flamingo restaurant is from the movie theater, go south on Pine Street, cross 2nd Street and drive to 3rd Street. You will see a parking lot on the left side of the street. Then turn left on 3rd Street and drive east to Pink Flamingo, the building right by the river on the left side. Rani said the restaurant is open on weekdays from 10:30 in the morning to 11:30 at night, but it stays open until midnight on weekends. Rani also told her friend where to buy flowers for Jennifer's birthday. The place was in front of the stadium on the 2nd Street. There was a shepherd dog who had a master but did not take care of him and often let him starve. He couldn't take it anymore, so he went and ran in a very sad mood. On the way, he met a sparrow and the sparrow asked him why he was sad. The dog replied that he was very hungry and had nothing to eat. Then the sparrow took the dog to the city for food. As they passed the butcher's shop, the sparrow asked the dog to stand by the shelf until the sparrow picked a piece of meat. The sparrow perched on the shelf and first looked around him carefully to see if anyone was watching him. He picked and caught at the stick that was lying on the edge of the shelf until it finally fell. Then the dog picked it up and carried it to the corner, and he immediately ate it all. The dog and the sparrow went to the next store looking for more meat for the dog. After eating a lot of meat, the dog wants to eat a piece of bread. The sparrow took the dog to the bakery and picked the 2 loaves of bread lying on the window until they fell, and because the dog still wanted more. The sparrow took the dog to another shop and picked again. After dog had enough, the sparrow took a short walk out of town, but because the water was warm, the dog said he was tired and wanted to take a nap. The dog lay in the street and fell fast asleep while the sparrow perched in the bushes. While dogs were sleeping, there came a chariot drawn by 3 horses, carrying 2 barrels of wine. The sparrow saw that the carriage did not turn into the road, but continued off the path where the dog lay. The sparrow waited for the carter to stop, but the carter did not listen and continued to ride his cart over the poor dog so that the dog died. The sparrow was angry because the carter had killed his friend the dog. The carter ignored Sparrow, slithering under the slope of the cart and pecking at the light of one of the barrels until he loosened it, and all the wine was gone. The sparrow also perched on the head of one of the horses and pecked him until he stood up and kicked. The carter took out his hatchet and aimed a blow at the sparrow, but he flew away and the billow hit one of the horse's head and killed the horse. As the carter continued his journey on his 2 horses, the sparrow again caught under the slope of the cart and pecked at the light of the second barrel so that all the wine was gone. The sparrow perched on the head of the second horse and pecked it too. The carter ran and hit him again, but the billow hit the second horse and killed him on the spot. The sparrow also eluded and pecked the third horse. The carter was angry no matter what. He attacked the sparrow again but killed the third horse just like he did to the other 2 horses. The sparrow said he would disturb and punish the carter in his own house. The cartman came home full of anger and vexation, and he told his wife all about it, and said an evil bird had entered the house and brought another bird too. Thousands of birds sat down and ate all the carter's corn. The Mr. Carter saw that he had lost everything he had, but he still didn't regret what he had done. The carter and his wife were so angry that they destroyed all the furniture in the house without hitting the bird at all. In the end, they caught him, and the carter gave the hatchet to his wife and ordered her to kill the bird in his hand. Then she hit this hard and hit her husband on the head so that he fell dead. And the sparrow flew quietly back to their nests.